Hi everyone, I'm Holly and I'm the maker here at Missouri River Soap. I have just made a fresh batch of our mango coconut milk peach bath bombs. Isn't it just so cute? I love these so much. They're made with yogurt powder and buttermilk powder, jojoba oil, apricot kernel oil. They're a foaming, fizzy bath treat. I'll pop the recipe for you down below in the video description box. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I love chatting with you, and let's get to it. Let's make these bath bombs. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is weigh out our baking soda. And I like these bags from Costco or Sam's Club. They're really convenient, easier to work with because they're smaller. I have bought some Arm & Hammer in the 50-pound bags, and I did not have good luck with that at all. I don't know what would possibly be different, but I could never press any bath bombs with that. But this works great for me. I like to add a little bit of water. I'm going to go with a little smaller amount today because the humidity is up, and we're going to give that a try. I have fairly low humidity here in Montana. It says it's 31% today, but yesterday was 25%. So I'm going to just add a little bit of water directly to the baking soda, and the baking soda then won't be quite as airborne. So now it's a little bit more moist. You can kind of see how it's not even, I wouldn't say really damp so much, but you can just tell that it has changed a bit. And now I'm going to add in the remainder of the dry ingredient. I'm going to add in some Cream of Tartar. This actually will help it to harden up, but it also gives a little fizzy action. I split up my milk powder, so this is half yogurt and half buttermilk powders. It just makes a lovely silky milk bath. So good. Give that a little mix around. I love the smell of milk powders. So good and creamy. And I'm going to make a little spot there in the middle, and we're going to put in the SLSA. So now SLSA is sodium lauryl sulfoacetate. It's a big word. This is what's going to give a bubble action, and it is derived from coconut and palm. Do not confuse this with SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate. That is a little different product. This is a highly airborne powder, so I just cover it up, and then back in it goes. I did mean to sift my powders minus the SLSA, but I guess I got distracted by making the video. All right, we're going to do our wet ingredients now, the oils. I'm going to add apricot kernel oil, and I split it with apricot and jojoba. I'm going to add in a Polysorbate 80. It is a necessary ingredient when you're using colors, and it helps to disperse all the oils in the bath so it doesn't just like float on the surface. So it's pretty necessary. And then I'm going to add in my mango coconut milk peach fragrance. It's a custom blend. It smells amazing. It's so juicy and wonderful. I adore it. Alright, so I'm going to add this in while the mixer is on. I will probably adjust the sound because it is very loud. It's important to stop and get this all stirred up because sometimes it does stick a little bit in spots and get all the extra liquid that might have gotten to the side a little bit. This is just the standard commercial KitchenAid that you can get at Costco or Sam's Club. I do not remember the quart size. Oh, it says right here, it's 6 quarts. Because this is a dual colored bath bomb, I want to be able to pull some out as white, so I'm not going to color the whole batch. So I'm going to go ahead and add in the citric acid now. Again, we want to sift because it does have some bits and pieces in there that need to be broken down. Alright, now in with the citric acid. Get it out again, give it a little stir. Alright, so I'm going to split some off. It's a little bit drier than I would normally work with, but I find that it works very well with my press to be just a smidgen drier. I'm going to split off half of the batch, which is for me 1,200 grams on this batch. And this will just be my white portion. I'm going to be using some batch certified FDA approved colorants, and so I'm using Lakes. I'm just going to put in a couple of small tips of the popsicle stick. into the bowl. It's getting to be quite a small amount, so it's not mixing very well. I'm going to transfer it and mix it by hand. And this, I don't know if I mentioned it, but it's yellow 6, and it makes just a nice mango-y peach color. Now, one thing I'm looking for is that it feels like wet sand. It's not heavy, but a little bit more on the lighter side, and it's cold. I like the cool feeling. If it's cold, then I'm pretty much where I need to be. And I find that as it sits and I work with it, it does kind of get to this consistency on its own without the extra moisture. So sometimes it's good not to add too much from the get-go. So it's just a light squeeze. This might be a hint powdery for me to do like my bare hand press ones, but this is really good for my B3 bomber machine. I'm going to be using my B3 bomber from bathbombmachine.com. I really love this machine. It was originally gifted to me with the purpose of making a video and sharing more about it. But it is mine, and I don't have to post about it anymore. I just love it so much. And I have been doing a lot of hand pressing because it's been cold and I like the compressor to sit outside. I don't have the same setup that I had in Missouri. So I have been doing more hand pressing, but now that it's really nice, I'm loving having the compressor outside. The hose is coming through the window that's open just a smidgen. And I'm back in business with this amazing B3 bomber machine. So I'm pressing these bath bombs at about 5 ounces. So they're a little bit smaller than when I was hand pressing. I had to do around 6 ounces to make those work. So it doesn't really matter what direction I go here. So let's see, I want about 2.6 ounces of each color. Oh my goodness, I did it right on. Because I just like the whole half and half thing. And I don't know how well you could see all of this. That is the problem with having a machine like this. It's kind of harder to have the space to show everything. So I am just going to give this a try. I'll probably reset the camera here in a moment. Okay. Damn it. Alright, so that was super stressful. The no pressure situation. My husband fixed it, so like, oh no, please don't be dying on me now. Alright, so back to it. Approximately 2.6. Whoa, wow, way over. Way over. And then another 2.6 or so. Boy, I am not estimating this well at all. Alright, so let's see if we can get this done this time. So good. I do give it a smack. And then I have these little plastic dealios. And then, look, it slides right out. Looks amazing. Aren't they fabulous? And so then I just have some muffin tins and I just set them down in the tin. Alright, I probably better really get with it now. I don't want this to dry out. I usually do very good at getting all my bath bombs pressed without any issues. It's easier to make smaller batches if you're not really speedy about it. And sometimes I'm not super speedy about it, especially when I'm splitting them off. into the two different colors. Whoa. Voila. I think this is the 2.5 diameter bath bomb. Not quite sure anymore. I've tried looking up my old emails too and old orders, but I haven't had any luck. But I have not actually measured it with with a ruler either. I like my pressure to be at about 50. Seems like it's a nice pressure. Now, when I was making a bunch of bath bombs yesterday, I added a little bit more water, and as a result, they did sink. And so, they're not the most amazing shaped bath bombs. They're a little of a squished sphere, but I don't mind it. It's not a big deal. You're just thumping it into bath, and the odd shapes sometimes can cause more activity. Alright, so I'm really gonna get moving here and get these finished up. Alright, so I'm on to the last one. This batch makes 5.2 to 5.3 ounce bath bombs. And so I'll try to press like a little half at the end. But we'll see. I might have enough for one more. After I had pressed a whole bunch of the round ones yesterday, I pressed some of my bears. I don't know if you can see them back here. I was really wishing that I was using my press, because what a difference it made. It was a lot easier on the old bod to just use the press. Alright, so let's see. We had quite a bit of the white left. This one actually might be a really nice sized one. Nope, it's going to be undersized. You'll be a good tester. It's just under 5 ounces. So I am going to allow these to dry. I will flip them over here before too long so that they won't be too misshapen. I have not been doing the round bath bombs. I've been doing more of a hexagon, and it has a flat bottom, which makes them just perfect. But I was just in the mood for round bath bombs so far in the last couple of months, and so what I need to do is purchase it's basically like a muffin pan, but it has the perfect shape for the bath bombs to sit in, because these don't sit evenly inside. Like this one is kind of leaning more. You could kind of see, I could probably straighten it up a little bit, but either way, they may be a little bit misshapen until I get the better drying trays for them. All right, I'll see you back here in a couple of days and we'll do a test.